Everybody, Sean from Movie Assault here, and it's time once again for another movie review. This time around, I am reviewing The Long Walk, which was just recently released in 2025, September 12th, 2025 to be exact. This is a film that was directed by Francis Lawrence. The story was written by Stephen King under the pseudonym Richard Bachman, and the screenplay was written by J.T. Mullner, who did Strange Darling back in 2024. This is a film that takes place in a dystopian timeline. It sort of looks like it takes place in the past, but there are some elements of the current era in it, current technology and stuff, so it's kind of hard to tell when it actually takes place. But it takes place in an America that has been fractured economically by a great war, and the country has been so devastated it has been sort of turned upside down financially, and it is now run by something called the state. And the state every year holds this thing called the Long Walk, which by lottery, 50 young men are chosen to walk, and there's no finish line to this walk. The only way to win is to survive, and you must maintain a pace of 3 miles per hour. If you fail to meet that pace, you will be given a series of warnings. Your final warning will be a shot to the head. And the last man standing is the winner. And the winner is promised untold riches and apparently a wish. Anything they want will be gifted to them. So it's meant to be an inspiration to the people of the nation to watch this race because there's so little left to hope for in the country in this timeline. And essentially the film is just these guys walking. And even though it's billed as a horror film, it definitely is not a horror film. It's a movie about emotions, feelings, characters, and friendship, and the relationships and camaraderie that builds among these 50 young guys along the way. Specifically a core group, and I'll get to that in just a second. But if you're going into this movie looking for a horror film with scares and whatnot, there are tense moments. It is full of suspense and dread, but it is not a horror movie per se. There's a lot of horrific stuff that happens in this film, most of it because humans are humans, but it is not like anything that you would expect from a conventional horror film. You can't spend this much time, the movie runs an hour and 48 minutes, you can't spend that much time with a group of people with a script this well written and not develop an attachment to them. And the performances from everyone involved in this film are superlative. Cooper Hoffman, who is the best, or was the best thing about Licorice Pizza, excels here. He's sort of the avatar by which the audience is introduced to The Long Walk, and through which we meet his mother, who is played by Judy Greer. And even though she's not in the film for very long, I think she has 3 long scenes, she gives an excellent performance. And Cooper Hoffman is fantastic. You see him throughout the entire film, and he delivers another knockout performance. I think he's better in this than he was in Licorice Pizza. We also meet Art, who's played by Tut Nyot, I believe that's how you pronounce his name, Olson, who's played by Ben Wang, and Pete, who's played by David Jonsson. And they form this group with Ray Garrity, who is played by Cooper Hoffman. They form the Musketeers, which is the core group of guys that we follow throughout the film. And it's through them that they develop this friendship and this bond that develops, and that we get to know these characters and what makes them tick. And we learn to, sort of cry with them, laugh with them, joke around with them. And it wouldn't be possible if their performances all weren't stellar, but it's David Jonsson who really stands above everybody. He emerges as the true star of the film. His performance is nothing short of phenomenal. If he doesn't get some sort of nomination at award season for this film, I will be severely disappointed. Mark Hamill is in the film. He plays the major, and he's sort of the leader of this walk. And he plays a heartless, emotionless bastard, much better than I would think that he would be able to play. You know, this is the guy that played Luke Skywalker of all things. And of course he did play the Joker as a voice actor, but here he's got the mannerisms because he's fully on camera. You never see his eyes. He's always got sunglasses on, but he's got the mannerisms down. He's completely unfeeling. He's trying to like cheer these guys on, but the way he does it is so soulless and just sort of in a offhand, cruel way that he does it. It's just excellent. He's not in the movie for very long. He only has a few scenes, but each scene that he's in, he's very, very good. He's excellent. I don't want to give anything really away about the plot, but it's an excellent film. It's easy to recommend. It's not an easy movie to watch, however. But that being said, I've got to say it's my favorite movie of the year so far, and that is not something that I take lightly. My previous film of the year so far was Sinners, which I know has gotten a lot of love-hate from different people, but this has eclipsed it by far because this is a film that you come out of and you're going to think about it long after you leave the theater or long after you see it. Because there's so much to think about in it, because the majority of the film is taken up by dialogue and ideas and things that just discussion ideas. It's a great movie. It would be a great movie. I didn't see it with anybody else. I saw it by myself. I wish I would have seen it with somebody else because I would have liked to talk about it as soon as I got out of the theater with somebody. But it's a movie that I think that you'll be thinking about long after you leave the theater. I give it my highest recommendation. No movie is perfect, but this is my first 10 out of 10 for this year, and I highly recommend that you see it. See it in the theater because the score is fantastic. The sound effects punctuate everything, and seeing it as I did in Dolby Surround 7.1 was magnificent. So see it on the biggest screen you possibly can to get the full effect of it, because it is a movie that demands to be seen in the theater. I don't know how well it's doing this weekend. I hope it's doing great because it deserves it. But yeah, The Long Walk is a movie that demands to be seen, and it's great. And I don't say that very often about too many movies. So this is a great movie. So there you go. That's my review of The Long Walk. Next Sunday, we'll go back to the poll. I'll put a poll up today, or it might already have been up before this review was posted. And then the Halloween 15 kicks off pretty soon, so I'll be working on horror movies for the majority of October, so I won't be asking for movies for Sunday because I'll be really busy in the month of October. So stay tuned for that. And as always, if you've made it this far into the review, thank you for your attention span. And as always, take it easy. See ya.